Hi everybody and welcome to the Money Boy, MoneyMan Super Rugby preview for the week. Ollie, great having you here again. You seem to be taking flight, though I wouldn't say you're soaring with the Eagles right yet.
Yeah, I'm not soaring, but definitely better than my soccer outings at the beginning of the year. It's really nice to be back doing something I know.
Yeah, it's certainly nice to be betting on rugby again. Tell everybody and tell me about how you did last week.
Yeah, last weekend was good. Well, I mean, it was decent. I'm now at a profit again. I made back 240 rand on rugby. That's my...
In a tough week.
Sorry.
In a tough week, a lot of people...
Yeah, it was a little bit like we weren't really too sure going into the weekend. You didn't place any bets over the weekend?
I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
I got a bit like stumped up by the Jaguares.
I placed a soccer bet in one.
Yeah, see,
yeah.
I stay away from those.
Yeah,
well, that I have the option to.
Yeah.
So I'm up on rugby again, which I'm stoked about. I was really stoked to have called the Sharks one as well. I know quite a few guys sort of said the Highlanders would still put them away.
Me being one of them, but I didn't bet on it, yeah.
Yeah, so it was also just a really nice game to watch.
Yeah.
So stoked about it last weekend, and this weekend I think there's a little bit more value in the games this weekend.
Well, maybe you can explain that to me, because I can't really see much value, though everybody always tells me the value out there, but a lot of those people tell me about it at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, so I don't really pay attention to that. So tell me the value that you see out there.
I see huge value in the Sharks this weekend. I think they've really been undervalued. I know there's money coming in now on WSB that's got them at 9 to 10, I think, but...
Yeah, they've drifted. The Hurricanes were favored at -6.5 at the beginning of the week. They're now favored by 5.5. So that's about a 14% swing, which is a lot in gambling terms. People may not understand that, but it is. So money has been coming in on the Sharks. Maybe the 50 rand you put on it has swung the whole market.
Yeah, my 35 rand up.
Yeah. I'm sure that had everybody phoning their bankers to see if they could cover that bet.
But the Sharks outright offer really good value still on quite a few of the sites. 22 to 10, I think, on Sunbet at the moment. I'm just going to look at sort of like, because the value has shifted a lot on WSB, but I'm just going to look at all the sites who've still got sort of 4 running.
Yeah.
And I really think, like, if you look at the Sharks are settled in New Zealand. They took apart the Highlanders last weekend.
Did they ever?
They showed that they can scrap with the Bulls in the first round. It was a tough win, and they still came away. And they beat the Storm. I know the warm-up games don't mean much, but they did beat the Stormers in the warm-up in that Superhero Sunday. And the Hurricanes then, got dismantled by the Stormers in their first game. They also didn't blow the Jaguares away. They won in the last minute, and they're traveling back from Buenos Aires. So I think, it's history and sort of home ground advantage that's favoring the Canes, but I think it favors the punter to go for the Sharks,
Yeah, I mean, the Hurricanes beating the Sunwolves put a bit of a spanner into my thoughts and form guide, because then that's what sows a seed of doubt for me, and that because the Jaguars should have beaten them by 10, 10 points easily, but they didn't, and but there was a lot of traveling for the Hurricanes. So you see value in the Sharks?
Definitely see value in the Sharks. I think the Stormers still offer good value. I think they're 9 to 10 on their handicap.
Yeah.
I mean, they have
to win by 7 or more.
To win by 7 or more, which I think they should. It's not a great Lions side. It really isn't.
Well, I don't think there's one Lions player that would make the Stormer side. Huh?
That's what James and me were chatting earlier in the week, and we were just saying, you look on paper, man for man, the Stormers are still a better side. You look form-wise, they're a better side. Even though they've been hit with a few injuries, I'd still be picking those guys coming in ahead of the Lions guys. So I think Stormers are, at the moment, I think the Stormers are just offering decent value every week. You're pretty much going to get like nearly 100% return on their handicaps for the last 3 weeks. And then I might look, the one I'm not too sure about is the Chiefs Sunwolves.
A lot of rested players?
A lot of rested players, but it's -20 and a half, I think, the handicap. The Sunwolves concede a lot of points. Even when they beat the Rebels, they still, I think, had 23 points put past them. The Chiefs, can score, but they also are not a team that's going to really get scored against if you look at sort of what Warren Gatlin's implemented this year. And so I don't think the Sunwolves have the quality to score against the Chiefs, but I also think that they don't have the defense to not leak points. So it could very easily go over the handicap, but like you're saying, it's, a lot of rested players and stuff, and the Sunwolves have pulled off weird stuff. So
well, just how bad are the Rebels for the Sunwolves to have beaten them? I mean, these are the things. When two teams, it's like horse racing. You see someone race against someone else, and you see that, on paper, the Rebels got taken apart by the Sunwolves. I would have never. I would have lost my house on that. Yeah. In fact, I think at the beginning of the season, I said the Sunwolves would not win a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was me that called that.
Yeah, you're a little prick, but well done for doing that. Let's go down and give you Super Brew picks and give your bets, and I'll also give my bets. I've given my Super Brew picks already. So
it's always tough with the Super Brew ones because there's always one or two games that really, especially in the opening rounds of Super Rugby, that you're like, I'm still really unsure about.
Well, I said at the beginning of these shows that by round 4 is when I start laying down a little bit of a heavier cash. Because then you've got a lot more form to go by. And then there's injuries and everything else, and you can put all into the equation, and usually you can make better decisions. And that's all gambling is making more informed decisions and getting more right than you get wrong.
Yeah.
So Blues Crusaders, are you betting on the game?
I might. I want to look at the odds changes just before. The game's tomorrow. So I'll place my bets tomorrow morning. Yeah. But I think the Crusaders should put them away. I think the handicap's 12.5.
Nope, wrong. 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Now. I think they'll beat them by more than. So it was 12.5 earlier in the week. I think the Crusaders will beat them by more than 7. I'm going to say Crusaders by 10. Yeah.
Okay. Rebels. This is an interesting market move because the Rebels versus the Waratahs. At the beginning of the week, it was a pick'em. The bookies couldn't really separate them. Now they've got the Rebels clear favorites by minus 2.5 points.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. The Rebels seem to be overvalued, every round this season so far, but they haven't been great.
They've got 10 Wallabies. I know that's not saying much.
No, but that's what I'm saying is like they've got, on paper, one of the strongest squads, but they haven't been a great side. I'm going to go Waratahs by 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not betting on that game. I'm just going to watch, if I'm awake, watch it.
Why?
Well, who wants to watch the Rebels Waratahs? It's like watching high school Australian rugby. Yeah. It doesn't interest me. Sunwolves Chiefs. 19.5 is the spread.
19.5. Yeah, I reckon Chiefs by 20.
Oh, you're really out on a limb. Are you going to bet on it?
I'll decide tomorrow morning.
Okay, sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
Hurricane Sharks?
Hurricane Sharks by 13.
Really?
Yeah.
13? I'm clearly missing something. Maybe the pupil's becoming this. Maybe the teacher's becoming the pupil here. Okay. Are you betting on the game?
I'm definitely betting on. That's where I'm going to put a column up later today just on why I think the Sharks offer such good value. So yeah, that's definitely where most of my money's going. Okay. But I'm accountable now. I've been expressive about it, and my track is up there. So
and you're in the you're profitable to the tune of 35 rand.
Yeah.
What's that? A Vita coffee and a
I don't think so.
Padanasti or whatever they say.
I don't think.
I don't even think you can get that. Maybe you can buy me a pack of smokes.
I think.
No, sorry, you can't.
Chesterfields.
Maybe a happy meal? Yeah. You're not getting a happy ending with that.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay. Brumbies Highlanders.
Brumbies Highlanders. This is for me what's like interesting still about the start of Super Rugby is this is like the first kind of real indicator between like a New Zealand, because the Highlanders haven't been great. The Brumbies have been
beating up on high school
respectively,
teams.
But but a 2 from 2 against 2 pretty crap Australian sides, so that's going to be interesting to see if the Brumbies really are actually decent or whether Australian rugby is still very far behind, New Zealand
I can tell you before or after the game, Australian rugby is still very far behind.
Very far behind. But
the Highlanders are going to finish rock bottom of the New Zealand conference. There's no doubt about that.
I think, but just I think you've got to go on form to an extent. So I'm going to say Brumbies by 6.
Okay. Bookies There has been money pouring in on the Brumbies.
Yeah.
Moved from -5.5 to -6.5. And for people out there, I often get this question: what does the plus mean? What does the minus mean? If you want to, what the plus means simply is if you want to bet on the team with the plus, it means that you get those points, so they can't lose by that amount of points. So if you get plus 10 points on let's take the Brumbies, or let's look at the Sharks, for example, because there's a lot of, well, there's not many Shark fans actually out there, but so they're saying that the Sharks have plus 5.5. That means that they start the game with 5.5 points on the board, imaginary. So they have to lose by 6 or more points for you to lose your bet. Yep. Lions, Stormers.
Stormers by 10.
Yeah, that's one of the games that I will be betting on.
Yeah.
Like I say, the Stormers, they haven't given up a point. Lions are a pretty sad outfit, and I think that they escaped with a win against the Reds on Saturday. They weren't impressive. They haven't been impressive any game I've seen them play this year. And for me, the Stormers will beat them by 10 plus. So I'll be putting down 2,000 Rand on the Stormers to win -6.5.
Yeah.
That means they have to win by 7 or more, folks.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Aside from the Sharks, that's where most of my money's going to be, is also on the Stormers.
Well, I'm not against you with the Sharks.
No, I know you're not. I'm saying I'm with you on the Lions Stormers. Okay. Just the point on that is James and I were chatting earlier in the week, and it's like you said, the Stormers are clean sheet now in 2 games. The Lions don't have the quality of player to really score against such a good Stormers defense, I don't think. So the onus is basically on the Stormers to score points. It's how many points can they score, and I think when you've got that advantage of sort of knowing that the other team's not really going to score against you, it's quite easy to cover that 6.5.
Yeah, I'm not happy that Yankees isn't playing and Coetzee not playing and Bonani's not playing, and who else is injured? Sia's injured.
Isn't Damien Willemse out as well?
I hope so.
Really? You're not a fan?
We couldn't kick. We couldn't. No, I'm not. He's a young talent, but he's not. It would have been an easier win last week if he'd had his kicking boots on.
For sure.
And that's one area of his game. If he wants to become a Bok and a regular in the Bok team, he's going to have to be kicking 80%. Yeah. He can't kick the way that he kicks.
Well, similar story with Bowden Barrett back when his goal kicking still a little bit, but that was the biggest issue. Yeah.
And then we have the Jaguares versus the Reds.
What's the handicap there again?
It's gone down. It was -12.5. Money's coming in on the Reds for some reason. -11.5.
It's a tough one because I don't really see the Reds again scoring against the Jaguares, but I don't know if the Jaguares are the kind of team really. I mean, they pumped the Lions, but I don't know if they really are the kind of team this season that's going to go out and blow teams away by over 13 points every time. I mean, it could be,
Well,
I'm on the fence with that one. I don't really know.
Well, I'm firmly off the fence, and I'm in the Jaguars camp, and I'm going to be putting down 2,000 Rand that they beat them by 12 or more. I think they'll beat them by 25 plus.
Really? Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Just a hunch.
Yeah, I'm again going to make that call tomorrow.
Should we do the show tomorrow then? Okay, well, I can't force you into making bets that you don't want to make, so I hope you have a good weekend.
I hope so too.
As some of your fans say, stay away from soccer.
Yeah, for now.
Now.
Hopefully, are you going to be putting any soccer ones down this weekend?
Most definitely. I enjoy soccer.
Yeah.
And I'm profitable in soccer. I mean, the only one I'm not profitable in is in cricket. And
it's a story.
That's a challenge for me to master that. Thanks again for coming in, Ollie.
Thanks always.
Glad to see you're in the profit. You must be learning something from me, though I haven't really begun my teaching yet. And good luck this weekend.
Thanks. You too.